This is a quick video to introduce you to our new UUD series die set. Our hard copy care and use instructions are coming along on it, but to get everybody rolling, we thought we'd actually go ahead and demonstrate the use of it here in some aluminum. The UUD is the smallest die series that we've done so far, with this having a diameter of about 3/8 of an inch. It is a single D with a flat on one side. And Frank here is going to walk you through how you set it up and use it. And the first thing we're going to show you is using it manually with a wrench, which is acceptable. However, in our second part of this video, we'll show you using it with a Greenlee Gator hydraulic puller, which is far and above the superior way to operate these die sets. So without further ado, we'll turn it over to Frank, and he'll walk you through the use of it in the manual mode. It's all yours, Frank.
Great. Well, thanks for watching today. Hopefully this won't be too painful for you. So we're going to take our pulse bolt and we're going to lubricate a little bit, just with some straight 30 weight oil. Just put just a little bit on the shaft. This will allow everything to slide just a little bit easier, just like so. We take our tiny little center for the punch and we assemble it the flat side towards the bolt all the way down. Now we're going to take this and we're going to put it into the hole, noting the flat to your orientation. If you need the flat on the top, it goes there, or if it on the side would go over here. I'm going to assemble this so that you can see the punch actually pull through, but I'll try to show you the other components as I assemble them. So what we're going to do here first is we're going to take and we're going to put the pull bolt with the punch through our material. I'm going to orient it to the side, the flat on the side. We're going to take now our base, also with the flat, and we're going to slide it onto the pull bolt. Now we have this new adapter. This is a bushing. It's a UUD bushing. It's actually will tighten up. It's got a slight taper to the threads. The design is that it will tighten up onto the pull bolt, and we're just going to go finger tight with that for the moment. Okay, a good snug finger tight. Now we're going to take our 500 adapter and we're just going to simply thread that onto the back side. Now you have two choices here, depending on the thickness of your material, and this is 14 gauge aluminum. So what we have is, if the thickness does not allow you to get a 1/2 inch wrench onto that bushing, then what you're going to want to do is use a Allen wrench on the end of it, so that you can then tighten everything up. And we're just going to snug this down just a little bit. No real strength involved there. Double check our alignment with the flat. Are we where we want to be? We have a new component here that we created just for this. This is a UD spacer, which goes on the whole UD series of dies, to include the UUDs. We take a bearing, and then we take our 3/4 hex nut. And we're going to thread it on finger tight until everything kind of starts to bind up. One more check of our flat. Is it where we want it? Yes. Then we're ready to punch. The way we're going to control that, to keep that flat in place, is we're going to use a 1/2 inch open end wrench on the end of the pulling adapter. We're going to hold that while we take, I'm using an adjustable wrench. This is a 1 1/8 inch nut size. So if you have a gear wrench, I think that would be ideal, or another open end wrench that size, that would be great. But an open end wrench will work. So I'm actually trying to control, once the points on the punch dig in, your job is pretty much done with the wrench, except for just steadying the whole device. And I'm just going to turn it down very slightly, very easily, and you can see here just putting a little bit of pressure on. I can already feel it punching through the aluminum. And it's getting much easier here. At this point, I take my tools down and I can actually run it through by hand. I have gone through the material. Now, recommended way to get it out at this point, instead of trying to loosen everything up while you have it in the material, is just to grip the whole device and just kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit, and the whole device will punch through. And you can see there's our hole that we just punched. Now, on the face of it, it'll appear nice and smooth. On the back, you have a very, very minor burr that, if that is necessary, then go ahead and file that off with a normal flat file. However, that should probably be good right there. Now we'll get into disassembly here in just a moment.